Thinking real estate time.
Already? How time flies in the morning. On a Monday morning.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. It's the last week of shopping.
Jackie is breaking the
I
equipment.
made it. Do you have your shopping done?
What?
Do you have your shopping done?
What day is it?
Monday.
What's the number of the day?
Oh, Jackie knows because she posts that 7 days before Christmas.
You think today is 7 days before
Well,
Christmas?
no, 6 days. I don't know how they count it. Can you shop on Christmas Day?
No.
Actually, you could. Yeah, oh yeah. You could go to Farmington Hills. There's a shoe store called Sundance Shoes, and they have a huge sale on Christmas Day. Because it's the owner is Jewish, so they're open. And aren't Chinese restaurants open? You could go get gift certificates for the restaurant.
No.
So you could still shop.
No.
I know Kroger's is closed because I was there yesterday and asked them. They close at 5, I think, on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So get ready. What are you looking at?
I was trying to look up and see what number, where we were on the numbers that we're posting on.
Right.
I usually hit a truck stop about Christmas Eve.
And do what?
Shop.
That's where he gets his shopping done.
What, I mean,
Come on.
what on earth can you buy from a truck stop? A gas card?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Candy?
My dad's side of the family, we had Christmas yesterday, and we do a Christmas exchange, and there were 26 of us in the
Wow.
exchange.
Ouch.
And the
It
funny,
probably took a while.
the funniest one was Teddy, my brother, got one that was wrapped by my cousin, and he decided to make it really difficult, so he wrapped it in zip ties, duct tape,
Holy
all this
moly.
crazy stuff. So that was really funny. But then my
Was it worth it?
I don't know. Teddy really liked it. So
Teddy likes anything.
yeah.
He's easy.
But then my cousin's son, who is 14, I think, got a gas card, which was really funny.
That's
he was
a good, yeah.
he was trying to trade it around. He's like, I
Really?
got money here. Come on.
Did he succeed? I'm sure someone gave
I'm
in.
sure somebody
Yeah.
did, but it was pretty funny.
I remember one
I
year
like
somebody,
a gas card.
Yeah. Well, not when you're 14 though.
Well, true.
You'd hold it. I wonder if it would appreciate in value. It'd probably depreciate in value,
Probably.
right?
Depends.
Get more. Well, so with that said,
No, I used to go to the 145 and they would have a bin of old country cassette tapes.
cassette tape.
Yeah. Remember what a
You
cassette...
lost me at cassette tape.
Remember what a cassette recorder
Yes,
was?
I do. Actually, I had a reading done in 2008, and it was on a cassette tape, and I just re-listened.
Well, bring
to
it in. We could listen to it.
Yeah, Yeah.
We might be the only station that still has one hooked up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't even use CDs, do they anymore? I mean, I'm
Yeah, they
just
do.
I'm just getting my Christmas stuff done. I mean, I haven't unpacked my Christmas stuff in years because we usually
I think a lot of cars have CD players, so
Yeah,
I think you
that's
do
true.
can get
Oh.
CDs.
well, I have a whole stack of Christmas CDs, and I
Yeah.
left them in the box because I figured I can just play Sirius Radio.
Don't ever say that
Oh,
on
I'm
this
sorry.
station.
But you'll be playing
Ever.
Christmas.
Ever.
That was just for
You'll be
Christmas.
fired.
That's just for Christmas music. I mean,
Well, we play Christmas music. We play like 36 straight hours of it.
when Christmas Day comes, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Then
Okay.
I'm playing your station.
Oh, thank you.
That new FM. Aren't you airing on FM now too?
Well, we're everywhere.
Why, I know, but I have you programmed at 970, so
Right. There's
old
a-
habits are hard
Right.
to die, or whatever.
Whatever the phrase is.
Whatever the phrase is. I'm still trying to get over Jaja. Passing. She was pretty. Wasn't she pretty?
Yeah.
I like her saying, I'm a good housekeeper. When I don't know it exactly, so.
Of course.
I'm a good housekeeper. When I divorce, I keep the house or something. I heard that on the Today Show this morning. I thought that was funny.
She had a few good one-liners.
Yeah. I thought, God, I can't believe that's not on a card somewhere.
probably is
Wendy
somewhere.
Clifton's got some really funny cards in her shop. And, I mean, some really funny cards. And I'm surprised it's not on one of those. So let's talk about shopping local.
Since we
Oh, wow.
we did that last week.
I got
Okay.
prepared.
All right.
I got quasi prepared. But American Express Open did a study, and it's back in 2011.
Shopping local.
Shopping local. And in your neighbor, now this is actually, their study showed that neighborhoods, not necessarily just downtowns, but if you live in a neighborhood and you've got access to local shops, that it has increased the values of homes by 50%. So then I started,
Can you give me an example of that?
well, sure, in Jackson,
Yeah.
Nibelo Hardware. They're a neighborhood,
Right.
and they have gifts and hardware,
Yeah.
and then you have the vacuum store in there, and you have the candy place across
Right.
the street, and Family Dollar. I mean, there's the gas station.
Yeah. Okay.
Christoph's. You've got the pet store right there.
Okay.
You got a lot of local little stores right there, and nice little neighborhoods right around it, or some nice neighborhoods around it. You know, I mean, it's a transitional area, but that's a good example of a little neighborhood. Where else? You've got all the. We need to, remember the day when we used to have meat markets and little grocery stores in every neighborhood?
Yeah.
And my cousins grew up on 6th Street, and there used to be one on the corner of 6th and Franklin. I remember going
Yeah.
to all
Used
the
to
time.
go there all the time.
Yeah, and then there was one on.
What was the name of that?
Oh God,
Oh,
I was a kid. I
should
wouldn't
know
know
that.
names. And there was one.
Remember Halls?
Was there Markowski's that was
Markowski's?
on Elmwood or something
Yeah.
like that over by 4th?
It was between 4th and West Ave.
And when I'm showing houses, you can almost tell which ones were the little neighborhood grocery stores.
Remember Halls? Delicatessen?
Uh-uh.
Near Brown's Floral, right on Union and Greenwood. You don't remember Halls?
I might if I saw that.
I worked
place.
there.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was now that would have been about 57 years ago.
Well, see,
Were you 3 when you were?
nice.
I
Oh,
was
Jackie.
single digits. I used to sort pop bottles for him, Mr. Hall.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up out in the country, so the closest
He didn't pay well.
Really?
Yeah.
Closest neighborhood store to me was Bob's Country Market, and back in those days, it was a gas station like it is now. You know where I'm talking about on
Yep.
the point of Horton and Jackson.
I know,
South
I go
Jackson?
by it many times.
Oh yeah,
every
that's
day.
right. That's right out
It's
here.
right down the
'Cause
street.
we grew up on Springbrook Road. Now Liberty has a little general store that's been there forever.
Yeah, we used to go there when we were kids.
Yeah, because that was because the kids grew up on South Jackson Road. So, and that was our neighborhood. But it is nice to have those neighborhood stores.
Yeah.
And it does.
So you're
increase
telling
the-
me that
that increases the value of your
50%?
neighborhood. That's what.
I
Now they
I just
did.
can't believe that.
Detroit was one of the communities that they studied. I think they studied
they better get-
27. So they didn't study anybody like our size.
They studied in the city of Detroit,
Uh-huh.
inside the city limits.
Mhm.
Oh man,
So what I found
that's
in
still just.
my research, well,
There are so many dilapidated.
and this is
Unoccupied.
This is 2011 that they did the study. So I think the dilapidated homes became more prevalent after 11. Right, I was elected to city council in November of 2011,
I
and the
disagree. I
the
disagree.
demo program didn't really start until about 2 years, I think, into my tenure. I mean, the house there
You
was
mean here?
probably here. So I'm just
Okay.
trying to put a timeline on that. So I'm just saying that the recognition of the problem with vacant houses didn't really become to the forefront until the demo program started saying, hey, we need to get rid of these demos or these houses to help rebuild the economy or rebuild our community. So maybe those houses were there. However, what they are saying though, no matter your $8,000 house is gonna be worth 50% more, so it'll be worth 12,000,
Okay.
right?
Uh,
I mean, it's all relative to the neighborhood.
yeah.
But there was,
50% sounds high.
well, one of them said 76%. For Lansing, there's one website I went to, and they have a little calculator. And I had the choice between Detroit, Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, or Lansing. I always think Lansing's a little bit closer to Jackson than,
Than Ann Arbor.
mhm.
A little bit, maybe.
Oh yeah, I
A
think
little
by,
bit more. It's more like Jackson than Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor
Right.
is quite a bit different than Jackson. so-
right. I mean, you can go to Ann Arbor, and the same house that would sell in Jackson, same type of neighborhood, let's say was 150,000, would be 550 in Ann Arbor right now. That's a little different.
It's a lot different.
Where is my thing? Anyhow, it showed, Bill probably took it. It showed like the house was at 60, I wanna say it was 69,000 in Lansing, and if you have neighborhood, shops, it increased the value to closer to 150. It was a 76% increase.
Wow.
That's a lot. But it's true, I mean, think about it, if you have walkability, it's huge. There was something I saw, I wanted to tell you what the difference was on parks.
Riveting radio as you're looking
Well,
through
you
your
can speak.
papers. Well, I mean,
Well, there were some statistics on the value of parks in your neighborhood.
okay.
Okay.
So
So what are they?
I mean, when well here, homes adjacent to a local Starbucks almost double in value. Starbucks.
that's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
But I think a lot of times when they talk about
To
things
me,
like that,
Starbucks is upscale.
and Starbucks is usually in a neighborhood that is walkable. In other words, the neighbors can get on the sidewalk and walk to it. Where our Starbucks is,
It wouldn't be a
It's
standalone,
not-
would it?
well, I don't think there's as many standalone. I think more Starbucks are like either in a like we have Starbucks. I think
Mall,
comes-
mini mall.
Well, they're usually adjacent. Like our Starbucks is next to AKA Sushi, and that type of setup I don't think would be unusual for Starbucks. But they're usually in, I would say, in a location like where Nebo's Hardware is, where the neighborhood is surrounding it, and they have sidewalks that you can actually walk to. Where ours does not have sidewalks, so ours is
you have to
pretty
drive
so
to it.
drive to it. I mean, in fact, you could walk to it from a couple of those hotels that are right there, or motels that are right there. But
It's more than just having the store there. It's the walkability to the store. It's the traffic around the store, things like that. You know, East Michigan Avenue, although that corner of Michigan and Elm is a busy corner, there's sidewalks there. There's a light there that allows you to cross the street to get to the other stores. There's things like that that pull things through. So I found this little infographic that says when you spend $100 at an independent business that generates $68 in local economic activity versus spending $100 at a big box retail is only $48 in local economic activity.
and your local owners are more apt to give back to the community, which is so true. Because I was just raising some donations for an auction that we had at the city on Friday, and typically, if you go to a big box, you've got to apply at the corporation for a donation. And I don't want to say it's impossible, it's just hurdles that you have to jump through that someone like me, I don't really have that time, and I'm just donating my time to do this for someone or for an organization. And so it's easier for me to pick up the phone and call or go in and talk to a Wendy Clifton or,
Sure.
Justin at Waltz or whoever and ask them for a donation as opposed to jumping through those hurdles. Used to be, although I did put some pressure on a local big box, and because I know the manager, and he got me a nice donation. So you got to know people. Parks and open space. The desirability of public parks or recreational open space near your homes adds 8 to 20% to the value. Natural areas are about $10,000. What do you think living near a Walmart does?
So this infographic also talks about like,
What does it
About
do?
a 1% value. Although I will tell you, some neighbors, there's one neighborhood by Walmart that I sold a house in, and they complain about Walmart, which is probably what I would do, simply because the traffic is so bad. And then there's a lot of the demographics of their customer base tend to be people who would walk or take the bus maybe, and then they cut through neighborhoods, and a lot of the neighborhoods don't like that. Interesting, and I would never have guessed that until this particular couple mentioned it to me.
Well, I wouldn't say that for our Walmart. I
You'd be surprised. I live on Michigan Avenue. I
don't-
am surprised.
I would be shocked to see a lot of people walking to Walmart.
Oh, just come sit in my living room.
All right.
And there's a ton of people. And wait until Michigan Avenue's done and we have the multimodal path on the north side. You'll see the foot traffic increase tremendously. And there are people who go down to the Shell station and buy their groceries, and they're walking with bags and bags of groceries. And some of them have gotten clever where they've taken the shopping cart, or they take I saw one lady walking with her walker, and she had all her groceries sitting on the seat of the walker while she's pushing it, unbelievable. And then in this weather, it's,
Yeah.
struggling because people don't
Right.
shovel their sidewalks like they're supposed to. Anyhow, trees. You know how much mature trees add in your yard and on your street? 2% in your yard, 3% in the street. Of course, Michigan Avenue, the trees are all coming down. That's kind of sad. But hopefully they'll replace them with some really pretty trees, and it'll be a nice canopy eventually again. So
What trees are coming down?
the ones that are in the right-of-way right now, from Brown Street to 3rd, anything that's in the right-of-way between the sidewalk and the curb, they have to take them all down because of how they're redoing the entire street next year.
It's a lot of trees.
It is a lot. I don't know how many it is, but it'll obviously be a big difference. But they'll replace them. They'll all get replaced. They just won't be as mature as they are right now.
No.
But hopefully, there was a driveway. There's a really cool driveway on South Jackson Road that's got it's the house with the big white fence, and they must have horses and stuff. It's on the west side of the street by Wickwire Road.
Yeah.
And they have that driveway is lined with the most beautiful trees. And this fall I stopped and took a picture because it was just gorgeous. And I texted to the powers that be and said, why don't we do this along Michigan Avenue? It'd add a lot of character. Anyhow, so I did a little bit of my homework. There you go.
Are you selling any houses here
I
before we leave?
don't have a list, but let's see. Lori Drive is $149.9. One on First Street is $29.9. Seymour $29.9. Burning Tree, Northwest Schools is $214.9. I think the market's picking up a little bit.
So call
So call 780-3800.
Thinking Real
Take
Estate.
Laura Schlechty.